Good evening. Welcome to the Gusto Project. We have two panel members tonight. That's Josh and Ting, and we've got Dyke Moru. And this show is about to get pretty ugly.
I'ma grind for my mama, I won't stop until she shine. Lord, God bless for the trap niggas. I won't stop until I buy my girl a diamond. Man, I'ma stay grinding. God damn it, nigga, I'ma stay grinding. If the hunters come looking for me, if the hunter, if you tell they nigga where they gonna find me.
Yo, I go by the name of Priddy out in Kingston. Welcome to the Gusto Project. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for having me.
His ghost that we riding. You won't see us though we keep the seats reclining. I got a homie that stole a couple rollies. He won't ever tell you what the fucking time is. We multiply the money, we divide it with the homies. You niggas, we gon' mind us. How you got a room for the niggas, but when we penetrate your circle, you split it like vaginas. Yeah. I see these niggas tryna feature on my next tape. Got these girls lined up, see, they tryna feature on my sex tape. My yard needs the best gate. I'm tryna move my mama to an estate. Got my mind on my money, I got hundreds on hundreds in my headspace. Zugga. Man, I need hundreds on hundreds. Man, I need hundreds on hundreds. Man, I need hundreds on hundreds. Man, I need hundreds on hundreds.
Cause I got hundreds in my headspace. It's going slowly, my rampur, so show me the chankur. It's going slowly, my rampur, so show me the chankur. It's going slowly, my rampur, so show me the chankur. Cause I got hundreds in my headspace. Yeah, I need hundreds on hundreds. And hundreds on hundreds. I need stupid bread and some superhead. The holes in the funds of the dumbest. Man, I want it. No food in my stomach, can't stomach. Bad bitch with long hair like Pocahontas. So you know I am poking the hottest, I'm honest. Say for more X-Nodo. More X-Nodo. Yeah. Say for more X-Nodo. I know I miss curfew. The oboe broke down, my if you think of the Oka, battle for Oman, Opa. At rehearsals they told me I ain't no star. I'ma prove I ain't Beethoven, and Weechi the motherfucking Mozart. Oh yeah. I see these niggas tryna feature on my next tape. Got these girls lined up, see, they tryna feature on my sex tape. My yard needs the best gate. I'm tryna move my mama to an estate. I got my mind on my money, I got hundreds in my headspace. Zugga. Man, I need hundreds on hundreds. 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 Cause I got hundreds on hundreds in my headspace. My life is a movie, you me. That's the only way you niggas gon' shoot me. I wanna ball, swish. You weak, you can't reach with a hoopie. I give a fuck about a groupie. Really and truly, I'm really tryna make moves for Doobie. My young name never gon' lose beat. For her I shoot Uzis on Uzis. Man, I need hundreds on hundreds. 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 Cause I got hundreds in my headspace. Listen, thank you so much. Can I tell you one more thing before I leave the stage? Right? They want to know what happened to rap, right? I say, nothing happened to rap. You lacking the facts. Rappers have to adapt to the ratchet and trap. It's a hazard, in fact. If rappers are lacking the tact, they have to retract, perhaps where the amateurs act. Now add and subtract. I'm packed with a savage attack. Not talking about beat 'em pussy when I damage a cat. It's an acid effect. I lost it. Anyway, I go by there with Pretty Ugly. my god. Say, oh my god, oh my god. So feel free to say this one with me, man. Oh my god, oh my god. Say, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Say, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Say, oh my god, oh my god. Can't hear you.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah. Say, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god.
Look how I cope with a pig.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Look at the gold on my chain.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Look at the hoes out of bed.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh God, they smoking my brain. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Look at the whip out and drive. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Look at the crib I'm inside.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
Oh my god.
Look how I grip on the thigh.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my
Say,
god.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
Oh my god.
oh my god, oh my god.
New slave, my chain go. New slave, I'm Santa Claus with a new bay on my North Pole. My naughty list full of North hoes. Merry Christmas, you ain't getting presents unless you're getting precious. You ain't getting mentions. Oh God. Oh my God, get a rocket started. We gon' visit hell and back, visit heaven just to see where Biggie at. Spit it free and head back to the city at. Where my niggas at? Calling on a bank like where your titties at? Where your nipple rings? I agree with that. Where your bitches at? Call them to the trap. Call them for my niggas. Everybody eats. All my niggas keep skirt on the big skirt.
Look how I cope with a pig.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Look at the gold on my chain.
All these chains.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Look at the hoes out of bed.
All these
Oh
hoes.
my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
God.
God, they smoking my brain.
Smoking.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Look at the whip out and drive. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Look at the crib on the side.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Look how I grip on the thigh.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, oh my God. New slave, my chain go. 2 chains on Django. We got a Duce on a Tuesday and a few pains that we bang on. Too thick on my gold grill. Every day a new pain in my Opel. Take your dudes babe in my hotel. Says she roommates with my old girl. You hating dog, oh well. You faking they won't tell. Your new tape won't sell. Your crewmates hope fell. She liking the pics on my gram. Oh my. Now she putting her tits in my hand. I won't lie. She grabbing my dick from the van. Oh my. Squad pie, I call my gang. Oh my.
Say it with me now, like.
Look how I cope with the pain.
Say, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Look at the gold on my chain.
All these chains. Oh my God.
Look at the hoes of the bed.
All these hoes.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh God, they smoking my brain.
Smoking.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Look at the whip out and drive. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Look at the crib go inside.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Look how I grip on the thigh.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
That was pretty ugly.
Thank you so much,
Amazing,
Jonathan. Thank you
amazing.
so much. Thank you.
Welcome, of course.
Thank you for having me here, Gusto Project.
But now I have to ask the first question, which I just needed to ask.
Yeah.
Why Pretty Ugly?
You know, the name Pretty Ugly, it's like an interesting thing. Like I really wish I had a cooler story, but I really don't. Like all the years I've tried to think about it, but I was like, no, let me just tell the honest truth. Growing up in the East Rand, you know, Kempton Park, when you were dope. I used to be a cipher guy, we used to cipher and whatnot. Shout out to one of the guys in the audience. His name is Atomic. He was the guy that we looked up to. He was dope. And so like when you were dope, they referred to you as ugly. Oh, in my group of friends, it's like, yo, that's ugly, that's ugly. So every time I rap, it's like, yo, people will be like, yo, listen to this guy, he's ugly. So that's a name that stuck with me. I didn't like it, but it was like, yo, ugly. People called me ugly. I was like, it's true. Then I'm like, yo, but how can I make ugly look better on a t-shirt? So I'm like, I wanted to choose a name as well that would get people talking. Because like people now hit me up on like Twitter, on Facebook and say, like, who the hell is this guy who calls himself Priddy ugly? But it's causing a conversation and now you're speaking about me, right? So it introduces another audience, because the person who didn't hear about me through this hater is gonna be like, yo, who is this guy named Priddy ugly? He might Google it, he might YouTube it and find out who I am. And so it's corny, but that's what Priddy ugly came from.
It's perfect. Now, okay, Priddy ugly.
Yes, sir.
Having a look at what you did in your performance, there's so much that I actually want to talk about, but being the rapping and the speaking and the storytelling, I think is something that's a very powerful hook into your genre. Now, when we look at the two songs you decided to perform, give me a very short about where those lyrics came from.
My project is called You Don't Know Me Yet, and it basically means, my name is Priddy ugly, and I know that half my audience, half the people who hit me up even today, have never heard about me or didn't know who I am, who I was the day before they had met me. I'm pretty sure people here didn't know who I was, and I'm cool with that. And I'm a realist, so I'm very realistic in my reach, right? I'd love for everybody to know me, but I'm also conscious of who knows me and who may not know of me, because my music is not played on the radio, really. It's not played on TV stations, so my access to the world is the internet, So with that in hand, with thinking about that, when I came up with the project You Don't Know Me Yet, I had to introduce myself to the people. So everything is a story. Everything is things that happened in my real life, or things that I want to happen, or things that I've envisioned, so it's real, If I'm dreaming, it's still real, because I actually dreamt, and this is what I dreamt, so it's actually a real experience. So I wanted to speak about my dreams, and I speak a lot. I'm so sorry, Jonathan.
But it's amazing.
So my music is just an introduction of where my head space is at. I always want people to visualize what I'm saying.
Now, one thing especially, and Dyke, maybe let's pick up on this. What Priddy ugly is saying, his project, You Don't Know Me Yet. Wonderful. I didn't even know that was the hook into all of this. So, listening to what he said, there's some words maybe I'm not going to repeat.
It's all right. It's okay.
But how do we connect with this artist? Because it's beautiful. It's storytelling. It's close to him. I think that's what made this powerful too, because it's authentic. So, where can we go with this?
Firstly, man, look at you up on that stage.
Oh my God, shout out, bro. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, my
nice,
brother.
That was very nice. Actually, I actually wanted to make reference when you were talking about not getting played on radio, broadcast media as a whole. The industry is pushing in so many different directions. People are trying to decide which distribution methods work best for people. Would you say, I suppose, keeping yourself away from the fact that you aren't being broadcasted, but you are getting a lot of love on digital platform, where, in your opinion, in your objective opinion, would you say is the best platform? Where's the most fun to be had as an entertainer, as an artist?
I think the internet, you're free to do as you please. There's no restrictions, on TV, you need to fit a certain quota, and like if you showing the wrong imagery or imagery that they don't accept, they won't play it. And they always have like issues like, oh, the grading is bad and this is not good and the concept is this. Unless you know people, then your stuff gets played, or unless you have like proper capital injection into your hustle, For people who don't, the internet is very effective. For instance, I'm not gonna wait for my video to get played on Trace or MTV Base or Channel O before people can see me. You know, why don't the people access the music where they can access it? Because on TV it plays at certain times. You know, it may play at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, but on the internet you can check it out now.
But
You know?
but now just on that, not that you don't have an audience. I
Yeah,
mean,
true,
you've
exactly.
got quite an audience.
Yes.
You've got a good few thousand followers on Twitter. Now, what would you say is your anchor? Obviously, you think marketing
Yes,
here.
definitely.
So where do you work from?
You know, I think, you know, from the people who do listen to my music and people who have heard about me, I'm just very passionate in my art, right? And I always feel like never let capital or the influence of money be what influences your passion, you know, influences your direction. So I do this knowing that there is a chance that I may not make a lot of money, but I don't want to be the guy who has all the money and who's an accountant and I'm like still depressed because I didn't follow my passion, you know? So I'd much rather follow my passion and be broke than be rich and miserable, you know? So that's really where my music stems from, and I think the people can relate to it and they can hear it in my stories that, yo, this guy's actually telling us about him, you know? It's not about what gets played on radio, it's not about what gets played on TV, even though I do get played, but it's like I really touch the people's hearts, you know? So I don't go for your pocket. That's why I said I sell my music and you can get it for free. I give you the option. You can buy it or you can get it for free. I put it out there. No one pirated it, or no one put it out there for free. That was my decision, you know?
Came from you.
So, yeah.
Okay, now, Josh, passion, this authenticity, I think it's very strong.
Very, very strong. I do want to touch on something.
Yeah.
A little on the controversial
Yeah, no,
side.
definitely.
You had a tweet, and
Yeah.
I'll quote you
Yeah.
verbatim. I dropped the best hip hop project this year.
Yeah.
Not up for debate! Exclamation mark. You won't review or play my music, but you call me to ask if I'm signing.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that on a newspaper in Japan. Can I add? If you Google
Japan?
it, Pretty Ugly.
Oh,
yeah. I think they got it from the Times newspaper, and they somehow linked and they posted that same thing. They
Even
posted
my
all the
mans in
tweets
Japan
and
know who I
yo,
am.
you know what I'm saying? You know, from Bradpan to Japan, I got fans. Yeah.
Okay, please go with that, yeah?
Okay, so based on that tweet,
Yes, sir.
when you have award ceremonies, it naturally the people on that panel, they have to pit your musical contribution against others.
Definitely yes.
So there is an element of competition.
True.
So from a tweet such as this, do you not feel that since you said you are the best, do you not feel then that there should be no
Debate.
there should be no debate?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be open to
shouldn't be an
nominations.
argument, yeah.
Do you feel that you should be open to nominations if you are the best, or how do you
Yeah,
take it?
definitely. I mean, awards. Let's say the South African Music Awards, for instance, or South African Hip Hop Music Awards. You know, are not based on what gets played on broadcasting stations, right? So, in those spheres, yes, I do feel like I should get nominated. You know, but I understand if I don't get nominated for a Metro. My music doesn't get played on Metro, so I don't really stand a chance. Not right now, you know. But the tweets stem from this. We submit the music to the radio stations, we give the videos to the TV stations, and we still don't get played. And I'll be very honest in saying we don't get, until recently, but for 2-3 years, my stuff weren't getting played, you know, and the excuse was always this, we don't know you, so we're not gonna play it. We don't know the production company, so we're not gonna play it. Oh, you need to be on 10 national radio stations before you get played.
Right.
You know, or you need to know this person, you know. Other people asking for sexual favors as well. And I was like, yeah, it gets that deep, it does, you know? And that's where the tweet stemmed from. So I felt like we had submitted the music and these people weren't playing the music. But the same radio station that doesn't play my music will call me or want to call me and ask me about gossip. Like, yo, we heard you dating so-and-so. Is it true? Oh, yo, we heard that, you know, this record label wants to sign you. Is it true? So it's like, yes, I do answer them because it's like, yo, okay, cool. I don't want to distance myself. I'm not trying to get played, you know?
Naturally.
Exactly. So But for me, it's like, yeah, so you don't play my music, but my life is interesting enough. So you're not focused on my talent. You're focused on the appearance and the persona. You know, why don't we put the music first?
But
Was
now,
my question.
can I quickly interject there? Okay, now thank you for that one, Josh, because what you say, okay, this battling or your struggle to get played, I wouldn't necessarily say your struggle to get recognized as an artist, because I mean you do have your people, but is this that you are telling us part of this artist's struggle that you think that you are sharing with others, or are you experiencing this in isolation?
No, I don't think I'm experiencing it in isolation. Some people might experience it a little more than other people, you know. I mean, I've heard like some radio DJs tell friends of mine that, yo man, no, I just won't play. The reason why I don't play him is not because I don't think he's dope. He just doesn't seem like the type of guy I'd like to drink a beer with, you know. That's not for you to decide, right? Because that radio station that you work at is not your radio station. You work at the radio station. You're there to serve the people. The people listen to the radio station, not you. So you cannot decide on the people's behalf whether you play my music or not. You know? That's for the people to decide. Put it out there, let it play. Play it the same way you play everyone else's music. And if the people don't like it, then it's fine. Then you gave me a chance. You put me on a platform with everybody, and I failed. But don't not put me in a position where I can, you know, thrive, and then say that I'm failing. You know, because I've had people. One of the pilots said something like, "Yo, we don't play his music because we've given him so many opportunities, and he's not growing the way we thought." You know. And my response to that was like, no, but you haven't given me any opportunity. You play my music on your TV station at 12 o'clock at midnight.
Right.
Or 3 a.m. in the morning is not an opportunity. You playing my song radio station at 4 a.m. in the morning is not an opportunity. So you can't say no, but we put the music out there and people weren't responding. Who are you playing it for at 4 a.m. in the morning? Of course people are not going to respond.
Okay, now, Dyke, moving away from this a little bit. Okay, so you're saying like not being treated fairly, quote unquote. Okay, you are an artist, absolutely, with the approach that you have to this whole. You know, I'm humble and I'm me, but I'm arrogant also and I'm me, because I want to make the statement because I'm me. You get up on stage and you tell people who you are through your words. So it's a very powerful thing we're talking about. Connect to that.
I was actually relating to when you were saying the people, serving the people, the job of media as a whole. You have Pump, right? The Priddy Ugly Mentorship Program. Which is a social engineering platform, basically geared towards the upliftment and growth of the youth. Let's talk about that for a second.
Pretty ugly mentorship program. We started it in June. It was like a bad time to start it also because, you know, kids are writing exams. But we're kickstarting it again in August, September. And it's just me going to these schools and saying that I'm not going to wait to get booked at your school, because I realize also, I'm conscious of the fact that not everybody knows me, so I need to go to these people. You know, I'm not trying to say that I have a target, you know, but it's like all the people do have access to my music anyway. You know, they have internet, they have phones, but you know, a lot of the kids may not, even though kids do have phones and all these things. But anyway, I wanted to go to the schools, but really like to motivate the kids as well. It wasn't even about my music, you know, it was just to say, yeah, man, I'm a rapper, you know, I got tattoos and I got piercings, but I'm not a bad person, you know? And people fall under the stigma. They think that because you are a rapper, or if you choose to be a rapper, you need to be rebellious, you need to be, you know, you need to sag your pants, you need to fight, you need to drink more, you need to, you know, like, not treat women right, or whatever the case is, you know? But it's like, no, you don't have to be that kind of person. You can still be yourself and be a rapper, you know? So my appearance doesn't determine what's on my inside, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's why I wanted to go to the schools, to speak to the kids, to hear their stories, to listen to hear what the kids want as well, you know? Who are you guys listening to? Why do you guys like this certain artist, you know? So it's also like market research for me as well. But it's also just saying like, yo man, I'm trying to be like your bigger brother, you know? Because some kids don't have bigger brothers or fathers, you know, to say, yo, don't do this, don't do that. I'm not there to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. That's not what I'm there for. I'm letting you know that this is what I experienced. This is how you combat certain situations. And a lot of artists don't tell, you know, the kids that, yo, listen, you may go to radio stations or you may go here and not get played. And this is how you combat that. You can say, yo, work hard and you get it. Yo, you need to let them know what is going to happen in between. So you need to make room for disappointment.
world,
You need the world is real, you know. So I'm also there to let them know that it is real. And you need a good structure at home. You need to be good with your parents, you know. You need to have solid friends and you know. Anyway, yeah, I'm speaking so much. But yeah.
Okay, well, no, you can speak for forever. Josh, give me just something concluding.
Well, I just wanted to touch on what you just discussed
Yeah.
now about how people view
Yes,
the rapper
exactly.
Yeah.
with the tats and with the piercings and everything like that. He should be rebellious and all of that. Do you feel that based on industry pressure, do you feel that sometimes, because this is a general perspective,
Yeah.
I would say, do you feel that sometimes, for example, like the tweet that we just read out, do you feel sometimes that under industry pressure, that artists tend to tweet tweets such as this from more of an emotional standpoint
Definitely.
instead of clearing up inaccuracies that the
Yeah.
media may have about you? Do you
That's
find
very
that
true.
artists...
That's very true. I mean, because people also need to understand that as an artist and as celebrities, as personalities, whatever, like these are people also, you know? So we also face like bullying on a different scale. I may not have been bullied at school, but like now when I have 30,000 followers, not all those people are fans of mine, you know? So with 30,000 followers, so 30,000 friends comes maybe another 30,000 bullies, you know? So every day people are attacking you left, right, and center. And a lot of the times they don't do it because they actually mean it, but they do it because people want to trend, you know? So I want to be that guy that said that to Priddy Ugly and got that reaction from him, you know?
Trolls.
So you may find that like I ignore like 30,000 posts and it's like negative, which is it's not really. I really get a lot of love from the people, you know? But for every 30,000 people, there's like 10 people who are there to talk smack. And I may ignore 9 of them. You know, and the one says some stupid thing and like I act on my emotions.
go
Like
in,
I need to
you go
defend
in.
myself. And sometimes it's not the right thing to say at the time. But yeah, but that goes about what kind of person you are as well.
sensitive,
Yeah.
definitely.
If you'll allow me, Jonathan, you were on the topic of social responsibility. Now you have a track called Tula Mama,
Yes, sir.
right? Which is basically an opus to the struggling black woman
Yes, sir.
and females in general. Then you have another track, Bulabut.
Yes.
Right. Now, how do we preserve the right to humanity of women, right? Using songs such as Tula Mama, and reconcile that with tracks like Bulabut, where you find pretty much that women are perpetrated or purposed as marketing tools.
Yes.
How do you reconcile the two?
That's
It's
a
a
potentially
very-
long answer, but
Yeah,
try.
it's a very, very good question, man. And look, I'll just speak for myself, and I don't want to come here and try and sound politically correct. And,
Yes, sir.
you know, I'm just gonna be real with you. I understand that I have female fans, and I have male fans, and I have gay fans, and I have white fans, I have black fans, yellow, whatever. I have people of all different genres, types, and sizes. And I need to cater to everybody. So for me, if it were up to me, I would make songs like, I have a song like Reminding to Myself till my whole career. But it's like, I also need to understand that I am also in an industry and I also live in an era where people don't have time to pay attention, right? It's like, yo, dude, you need to catch me in 5 seconds, right? You have 5 seconds and that's it. If I'm not interested in you in 5 seconds, I move on. You know, so unfortunately or fortunately enough for me, you know, my music, for you to appreciate my music, you need to have time. I'm gonna tell you that, you know, because I have long intros and I have this kind of subject matter, and this song goes to this song, and you know, so everything like works in conjunction with each other. So with that being said, I needed a song like Tula Mama because I needed to say that, you know, and I needed to show my African women. It's not even about black women. It's about the African women and what they experience, because they're people of different colors who experience exactly what I'm speaking about on Tula Mama. You know, and it features Double HP. And he came there and he spoke about his actual mother who was, you know, abused, and you know, it's a long story, but people must go listen to the song. And it's like, because I know that someone out there will relate to that and someone will appreciate it. And I also need to do a song like Bula Boo, because I know that there's some girl in the club who wants to hear Bula Boo and not Tula Mama, you know? So it's just that I just need to know who my audience is, and unfortunately cater to everybody, because there's a variety of people.
Difficult though, I understand that. Now, I want to ask one conclusive question, and that is not what has your highlight been of your career, but what has been your most inspirational moment as an artist?
I think when we make the music, when myself and Wiki 1080 make the music, I guess we think about who the music may reach. You know, we do take that into consideration. And anyway, but we put it out there. We accept it. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. Whatever. You know, let's put it out there. As long as you put it out there, you're putting it out there to be judged. And man, I lost the question.
Most inspirational.
Oh yes. All right. Cool. So what I do realize is that you touch people in this process. You know, it's like I don't think I came into the industry to want to be a role model, but I am a role model to people. You know, I've had people come to me like in my lowest times, where like things are not going well, and like, you know, and the bookings are not coming in, or whatever the issue is. Maybe my career is thriving, but like things at home are not good. And I have someone who says like, yo, on a very random day where I may feel like giving up, or whatever the case is, I may be going through something very deep, and someone is like, yo, dude, I listen to your music every day. It inspires me. This is what I'm experiencing at home, but when I listen to this song, when I listen to this project, dog, I feel like, you know, I can conquer the world, you know. So if I can give the kid who didn't have confidence, then that's my highlight.
Reaching
so,
hearts of the people
that's really
who
what
think
it's about.
you are pretty ugly.
Pretty ugly. Thank you so much for having me.
That wraps the Gusto project, and I think this was damn ugly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, everybody.
Good.